Hey guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about stretches that you could do while you are, working on a computer. As I mentioned in the last video, we're sitting a lot, whether it's working from home or whether it's maybe relaxing a little bit more than we're accustomed to. So we can do these back stretches standing, but if, for example, you're in a sitting position, it's very easy to do range of motion exercise while you're sitting. So you can just bend forward, okay, so flexion. You can do extension. You could bend to your sides. And then here's a great one doing sitting. I'm gonna just scoot back a little bit, just crossing your leg over and then just rotating to the side, crossing your leg over and rotating. Okay, so these cover the basic ranges of motion. Another stretch that I really like, particularly those who have maybe sciatica. Now this isn't, you have to have a particular sciatica for this stretch to be the most effective for. But it's when you have what we call a tight piriformis, or what's called piriformis syndrome, which can contribute to sciatica. And basically what that is it's a really tight muscle in that buttock gluteal region. We're sitting a lot, or if you've had some falls, those muscles can actually spasm and tighten up and irritate the sciatic nerve. So what I like to do is get you to cross your leg. Okay, and what you can do is you can do several things to grade it. You can actually just put a gentle stretch down. Okay, and you can feel the stretch. If you don't feel the stretch quite as much, you can actually grab the bottom of your shoe and almost like you're doing this motion. Okay, and if you feel a good stretch, awesome, just hold it. If you're not feeling much of a stretch, then you can actually lean forward. And oftentimes you'll get a really good stretch through the piriformis muscle where, in the gluteal region. Okay, so try that. Obviously with any of these stretches, hold them for, good 10 to 20 seconds. If any of them cause any discomfort or pain, obviously stop and don't do it. But these are, really great stretches for the lower back. Especially nowadays where many of us are sitting quite a bit. And then I'm going to show you a set of stretches that you could do for the lower body. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you some lower body stretches to do. They're going to really focus on your hip flexors and your hamstrings. Most people know how to stretch their hamstrings. You can get anywhere. You can just reach down and bend forward. You bring your leg on a chair and you can lean forward. You can reach towards your toe, get a good stretch, hold that between 10 to 20 seconds, and we'll get a really good stretch of the hamstrings. Because we're sitting so often, the hip flexors and the hamstrings can get very tight, so it's really important to stretch it. And then the other way to stretch the hip flexors is doing it through lunges, where you're, for example, you got one leg forward, okay, you got the other leg back, and what we're trying to do is really focusing on stretching the right hip flexor. You can actually lean back, okay? And then always the other side, right leg, right knee forward, left leg back, and you can really just stretch. You can even bring the knee just a little bit forward, not too far forward, so you can get a real good stretch through the hip flexor, okay? Hope that helps.